an Empire Boxing and Unlearning Network production.
Welcome, Lev, Artem, and Qadir, a live press conference. We've had a couple of questions from the audience, but I'm going to kick this off with you guys. First question is going to go to Lev. You're coming in again after a pretty brutal no contest. What are you hoping this next fight will go different from last time?
We're actually going to get a decision this time, or a result. Decision or result.
So no knockout, just decision.
I said result.
Okay, fantastic. And what was the recovery like? You had a pretty serious injury to the eyebrow. I think you had some stitches or something from a headbutt.
Yeah, exactly.
How was that recovery for you?
Okay, we were back in the gym pretty quickly, and it was just one of those things where once it's stitched up, it's fine. So it healed nicely. It's no secret I kind of cut like cheese a little bit, so had to let it heal.
Yeah. Okay. And we always see such an incredible support. You have such a large fan base in Vancouver. I think part of that is you have the personality. You can kind of chat shit, but you're also a really amazingly kind person, and you just bring a really good energy into the boxing world. So we want to shout you out for that as well.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah, what kind of where do you draw that tenacity from though? When you step between the ropes, it's a different Lev. Where does that come from?
It's just a switch you have to hit. I know I've had colleagues and friends mention it before. Is that it's go from happy-go-lucky kind person, but it's happy-go-lucky kind isn't going to win big fights. So you have to turn that switch, become the other side.
And you're hoping to turn that switch July 20th.
Not hoping, I will turn that switch.
Dan, I'll toss it to you.
All right. So one of the fights that I'm super, super excited to see is Artem's fight against Javon Blackstock. So we had Javon here, faced Benit in the past. And, he doesn't have too much amateur experience, but the guy is a dog. He's a real scrapper, very explosive, powerful puncher. Artem, based on seeing Javon's style, how are you preparing for him and his explosiveness and his aggressiveness?
I don't want to honestly say something much about game plan. I just want to say that I always work hard. I always have a battle wounds. I always work through the pain, through the blood. I suffer a lot when I train. I focus on that. I'm suffer, but at the same time, I enjoy the process, and I focus just on the win, on the best option, KO decision, but it's gonna be a win. So that's what I'm focused on.
And speaking of KO, your last fight was really impressive. You came out there, won Jackson. He's a tough guy, and he's a big guy too. And you were able to take him out with that big right hand, right? So that was quite exciting. So is that something that you think we'll see July 20th?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I will have some tricks to show to the guy. And have always we focus on with the team to have some other different gameplay, other combinations, I'm always try to develop, so show something new, so have a plan, and I'm pretty sure it will be awesome fight.
And how do you feel fighting at super middleweight, 168, compared to fighting before in the kind of light heavyweight?
When I was amateur, I fought at a much lighter weight. It will give me advantage. It will give me advantage because always when you lose the weight, right? So it's suffering. It will make me faster. Definitely, it will give me some advantages. So yeah. Awesome.
So I assume training camp with Lou and Jimmy out at Beyond Boxing is going well and getting a lot of good sparring.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I saw some little clips before with your sparring session with at Rain City with the Mexican.
Lionel.
Lionel.
Yeah. Shout out to Lionel. He's been watching the live feed.
What a performance he had too. Is our last event. So So I guess that type of sparring is definitely going to keep you sharp and prepared, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll pass it off back to you, Jim.
Question for Qadir. We recently had the privilege of coming through Quinnet Boxing. We saw a little bit of you guys in camp, a little bit of your sparring. What kind of adjustments, if anything, are you making in these last few weeks before the Takeover 3?
Adjustment. I'm honestly, I'm always working hard, and I try not to pressure myself by changing a lot, and every fight I go, I tell myself, I mean, I look at it as I'm gonna have to win, and that's the mindset I have. The adjustment, I feel stronger in this camp. I don't know why, but yeah, I definitely feel stronger, and especially because of my opponent. He's coming. He's a tough. He got a chin and everything. He comes to fight. It's gonna be a very, very interesting fight, and I can guarantee you that, though.
What has it been like to be sort of a training partner and even potentially a role model or a mentor to someone like Logan making their pro debut?
I spoke about Logan earlier to you, and definitely Logan is very talented. He's a hard-working guy, and especially with his amateur background, he's been keep fighting and fighting and fighting all non-stop. And like I said, he gives a lot of people hard. I train with him, I spar with him. He gives a lot of people hard times, and it's almost like wow. And I definitely see Logan come in and helping myself as well in the other fighters, but I'm looking at Logan. He's gonna shine, and he's gonna how do I say it? He's gonna show it on July 20th. He's gonna impress, and I'm very excited, honestly, as a fighter, as a training partner. He's gonna shine. He's gonna shine on July 20th. He's gonna show, and he's gonna be there. He's a strong dude. He's a mentally, physically, he's a very good boxer, honestly. His style is very unique, awkward, and very different. Very different, yes.
I have a question from someone on the live feed. I'm going to toss this to you, Lev. How does a fighter know that his coach has his best interests in mind?
You can pretty well tell that very, very quickly.
What are the factors?
Definitely say there's a lot of a big trust thing would definitely have to be it. And just knowing it's like you're not going to war alone, is that if you feel alone, you're probably not with the right coach. Is that if you go in there knowing that you guys are going in, you're in the trenches together. When you bleed, your coach metaphorically bleeds, so to speak, is that you can definitely tell, like, just for an example with Coach JY, shout out to JY, fantastic coach. Book your privates with him if you can. It's not highly recommended, but with him and I is that he hurts as much as I do if things aren't going the way we want to, and you can see the care and love in his behaviors as a coach.
Awesome. I'll ask the same question to Artem. How do you know when a coach has your best interests in mind? How do you know when you're working with the right person?
It's pretty hard actually, like to say. It's just kind of a connection. You just feel it. You just simply feel it, and I just felt it first day when I met Lewis, Jimmy, right? My thoughts were like, we definitely can do great things. I mean, and it's like difficult to say. You need to feel it. You just
feel the connection. Yeah. Great. Dan, I'll toss it back to you.
Yeah. So, Qadir, you're fighting Sean Archer. So I'm so excited for every fight. Like every fight stylistically is going to be challenging and presents different, aspects, like whether it's boxing or the aggressive, like scrappy type fighter in Sean. So I guess my question to Qadir, have you been able to have any fighters in the gym somewhat emulate Sean Archer's style?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do, yeah. We have many sparring partners in our gym that pressures me just as very similar. Honestly, I feel like most of my sparring partners are pressured. They all, and my style is, you guys seen, I try to box and move and find the right time to punch. But most of my, like I can say, like 70% of my sparring partners are pressure. They're pressure fighters, and I adjust there, and especially for this fight, we're throwing people, sparring partners that just go forward, and then so it can be similar to us of Sean's style. And I'm honestly definitely ready. I'm ready. I'm very excited. Stylistically, this fight is very interesting for myself. I'm seeing. How do I say? I'm seeing good result. Yeah, I'm seeing improvement. I'm seeing, and I mean, I have a game plan, and I'm excited to show it on July 20th. Really excited.
Lev, question for you. What does it mean for you to be fighting at the River Rock after so long?
Basically homecoming. I'm so excited. For anyone who doesn't have a reference to that, is they used to do fights at the River Rock for ages. Manny Sobral with West Coast Promotions. They had some fantastic fights. They had Ishe Smith, Yoel Julio. They had ESPN come in a few times. But I grew up watching fights at the River Rock. It was one of the highlights every 2 or 3 months. I was always so excited, from whether it be from age 12 to about 20 years old. I always loved watching the fights at the River Rock. Always got to watch people like Louis Sargent, his coach, Junior Moore, Andy Mavros, all these guys that I came up watching, and now I get to share the same ring with them. It's I don't need any more motivation. I'm training hard. I'm really excited to be right back to kind of, I guess, so to speak, where I started watching boxing.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there, and you guys get to be part of that history.
Yeah, no, it's a great venue to be a part of. I'm really excited to see how it sets up, and I'm very excited to walk to the ring for that.
Can we expect the same level of rowdy Lev fans coming out for this event?
100%. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe a little more this time.
A little more, okay.
We like to have fun, and I'm going to give everyone a reason to have fun, whether if you were a supporter, fan of me going in, you're going to have a great time. If you weren't, you're going to be a fan after this.
Amazing. Dan, any last questions?
No, not that I can think of. So.
Okay, great. We got one more from the online feed. I will pass this to Qadir. As a fighter, how soon should you step up to stiffer competition?
Sorry, I don't understand. I didn't get your question.
So as a fighter, when do you know you're ready for a next level opponent?
Definitely, we are working. I'm training, and that's a good question. Since my last fight, even from the pro debut, but especially from my last fight, I've been having these thoughts, thinking a lot, like when am I going to be the next level, and what do I do, what kind of training, and how do I take myself to the next level. And but definitely, I'm at the gym every day. I'm training. I think I can see mentally myself that I'm getting there. I'm not saying right now that I'm 100% ready, but I am getting there slowly. But I definitely see myself on the next level, especially with this fight, July 20th. After that, we'll see. But I'm ready to step into the next level, and we're working hard. Fight by fight, it will show. Fight by fight, it will show. But yeah.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you to the Daily Hive as well for having us to do this press conference. Tickets are on sale. Fight is July 20th at the River Rock, and I can't be more excited for this. Especially having such amazing local talent be able to showcase all of their hard work. So we look forward to that. Get your tickets online at Ticketmaster or through our website, empireboxing.live. Thank you again to our sponsors, Sting Boxing and Dead Man's Fingers Rum, and we will see you next time.
Make sure to listen, follow, and subscribe to Empire Boxing on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.